Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my workshop, which Brian's going to have to clear up afterwards because I'm covering for him. Today, I'm going to be turning a piece of line and learning how to use an airbrush because I've used them for sort of shading in, but I've never really tried them properly before. But we'll give it a go, see how it happens. This is only going to be part one of a two-parter, and as I don't do lives ever, part two will probably be a video. So let's see who's in with me today. Supporting me today, I've got the wonderful Joe.
Good afternoon.
International colorist, who's here obviously because he's going to be my guide on how to use an airbrush. Mike Walt.
Hello, everybody, and welcome.
This is
Quiet, Brian. Well. Brian, be quiet. Be quiet.
This is going to go well.
Brian, who's going to pop over later and sweep up my floor to get rid of the shavings.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
And the actual artistic director, the only artist amongst us, I believe, who's
Which
sold in the gallery, Terry Bray, who's not showing his badge.
Welcome aboard. I forgot to put my jacket on, but I can go and get it if you want.
No, just leave the badge where it is, Terry. Just leave the badge.
So I'll chuck them in the background. Excuse me. And what we're going to be turning is this lump of lime. It's 11 inches by 4 inches. That's about 11 and a half by 4. It's quite nice, actually. So I probably shouldn't spray it. But hey, we will anyway. I've had to put some super glue on it to cover up a few check marks. Hopefully they'll be cut out. There won't be an issue. So let's chuck it on the lathe and get started while somebody reads out who's in.
Oh, no. I wonder who's going to do that.
Oh, not Brian. Good.
Brian
Not
is.
me. Not me.
All agreed. It's not unrehearsed, this, you know.
It's not. It's a smooth, slick operation, this, you know. So, so we started off with Pete from Cluster Tree and TJ Turner's came in right behind him. Clive Rogerson's in. Who else have we got? Let's scroll on down a little bit. Brian Watkins. Brian Watkins has got a YouTube channel. He posted his first video there yesterday, I think. Or was it this morning? I put a link in.
Well done,
so
Brian.
if you want to go and nip across, Brian, have a look at Brian's channel.
Good man, Brian.
Doug Miller's in. Mr. Mike Walt's in, as you can see, unfortunately. Joe Senior is in the background here as well. Hugh from Wouldn't It Be Nice is in. Lewis the Klondike Craftman. Who else? Chris Dodds, all the way from Australia. Good day. Paul Houghton, the Greasby Turner. Barry Bartleton. School on then McTurner, we just saying low, Ruby Clare's in, Shane Hurst's in, Michael McEwen, Trevor P. the Hobby Woodturner, David J. Heath. I've said that, no I didn't.
Yes, you did.
And that's everybody so far. There's 23 people in currently watching.
Did you say Michael McEwen, Brian?
Michael McEwen, I did, yep.
And Shane Hurst.
Did you see Terry Bartlett then?
I did say Terry Bartlett as well. You're not,
Wait,
not
Joe,
listening to me or what?
You're still asleep, Joe.
Yeah. Did you say Ruby Clare?
I did say Ruby Clare, yes.
All of them, yeah.
My goodness, were you not listening?
Can somebody give Joe a link to this channel and not the other one?
I know what it is, guys. I know what it is. She's got her earplugs in just in case she has to sing.
Yeah.
That's a 5-minute interval.
Got a slight issue here. I cannot hear through my headphones when I'm cutting. So
It's
I
okay,
may not
we'll have to just grab
quick
you when
answering
you're not.
questions as I should be.
Well, why can you, I want to know why you can't hear.
I don't know, it's just too quiet.
Technology. Tisky.
Well, we could talk about him then. He won't hear it anyway.
Webfoot Resin and Wood Creations has
David.
joined us. Good afternoon, David.
Hi, David. And welcome.
I'm sure you all know Wayne the Woodturner from his YouTube videos.
We do.
But he also lives in a rather stunning place that gets great sunsets.
He does.
Michael
He
Higgins.
posts
Then.
them on
Good
Facebook
afternoon,
every
Michael.
now and then, and they're always inspirational. And
Afternoon.
I've always
So
been blown away when I see them.
Right.
So the intention is to get something that represents something like that picture.
That's,
No,
won't
we
be-
we wanted
won't be a copy
exact,
of it.
Pete.
But it'll
that's going to
be
be a challenge.
inspired by.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Pete, but people are wanting an exact replica of that picture on the
Yes,
side of
I
that bowl.
think. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you don't manage it,
And on the
Yeah,
inside
I
as
know.
well.
Give
Inside
an
and
inch sort of
outside.
thing.
3D.
well, as Terry is the artistic director,
this is true, of course.
and
The
the
pressure's on him.
only
a
person who's
mistake.
sold actual paintings before, he will be making sure the picture is right. If it ain't right, he'll refund your money.
Ooh,
But I've
that
already
is
typed
so
in
good of you.
at the top of the chat at the very beginning that no refunds on this on YouTube live feeds, and please read the terms and conditions.
Oh,
Not that we're being too official or anything.
No,
No. This is very laid back and relaxed.
but Clive Rogerson did ask for a refund if it's not what he likes, and I thought, well, I'll respond.
Just put a stop to that nonsense straight away.
Yeah.
Rock Clive Rogerson.
Yeah.
Ouch!
I've noticed, Pete, that lime doesn't tend to be turned a lot on YouTube videos. Is there a reason for that, do you think?
It's mostly a carving wood, really, because it's really quite straight grained and a bit
And
dull.
And a bit soft.
But actually,
Well, a
this
bit like
piece,
Brian, you mean?
this piece is really quite pretty.
Yeah, it is pretty actually. I would forget the colouring,
think-
Pete. Just keep it as it is and make a nice bowl out of it. And then
I think you should retract that remark, Mr. Walt.
Yeah, but I only tell the truth.
seconded,
right.
Mike.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, this is not fair today. I am being picked on again.
No,
I
you're
won't be
not being
finishing
picked
this
on, are you,
today.
Brian?
Part of the reason is if I like it, I'm going to lacquer it. If I don't like it, I'm going to cut it off and start again.
He's going to burn it again.
It's probably end up as a 3-inch bowl. But
Change bowl.
yeah,
You can put all your change in from the £2 coins you get when you buy a litre of petrol.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you noticed that Lewis said that Mike leaves for a couple of weeks? He didn't actually leave. He went back to work just for a change. You know, he does. He works for a couple of weeks a year, every year. You know.
Yeah, do a few hours every year.
And he's returned with all guns drawn. This is fine, though. It'll only be lent to him.
Mike's like one of these people that is like a holiday apartment. You know, you only live in it for so much of the year. So
Yeah.
you got to go to work for 6 weeks a year.
It's actually a
like-
2-week thing. It's actually a 2-week thing, but you can only go for 10 days at a time. You know.
Yeah, it's a bit like having a cottage in Wales. You don't use it very often.
Yeah, true.
Benjamin has come in.
Hooray,
Hi, Ben.
hello,
Hi, Ben.
How are you?
Did we welcome Brent Beecroft as well? Did we? Did I say
We
hello?
did.
We
Yeah.
did.
Nah,
Okay.
It's
Mike
not
tried, and I said hello
No.
to Brent.
Joe was
Nah,
asleep.
let's not
Joe's-
welcome Brent.
Joe was asleep.
Wasn't it? Because it was Mike who tried to say hello to Brent. And
I did,
just
but
slept.
I was talked
Yeah,
over.
we heard him say it. We heard him say it.
Oh, was I talking too much again? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
as usual.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair
And
enough.
You're saying how
someone was.
Mike was saying how dull you were. I think I can't remember now.
I'll just sit here and be quiet then.
You can't do that. What are you giving up?
Yeah, you're right. I can't. Right, Ben, what are you up to today? You're meant to be up to something.
He's probably working that out.
What shape we going for, Pete?
You can't hear
Well,
these.
he's cut
You
it.
can't hear me.
Bowl shaped.
He's going for a bowl shape, yeah.
Good afternoon, Tipsy Turner.
I would think it would
Oh,
have to be a
tipsy
fairly
turner.
roundish kind of bowl shape. Hi,
Oh,
hi, TT.
You know everything, Brian.
Chris Dodds is saying we don't get any change from $2 at the moment for petrol. Is it $2 to our £1?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
near
that per
enough. Yeah.
litre, Chris, or per gallon? Because at the moment, per litre, ours is about £1.70, so that would be $3.40 per litre.
Oh, so I forgot, Ben. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, which one
Ben's-
it's just before. It's £10 a
It's
gallon, basically.
Yeah.
Mike,
£10.
Mike is asking you what shape are we going for here, Pete?
I'm working on that in my head at the moment.
Tipsy Turner says do a heptagon.
Going to be a
Heptagon.
fairly steep side to get the picture on there, I think.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
One side of
So,
it's
yeah.
nice. That's quite nice. That I like.
Yeah, the left
Working
hand,
my
the
shape.
left hand side looks nice. The right hand side doesn't.
On a round bowl.
Blooming heck.
That's good. How'd you work that out, Joe?
Christod says it's $2.55 a litre in Australia. It's a ridiculous price when the price of Brent crude is below $100 a barrel now.
Yeah.
So why are we still paying the high price? I have no idea.
I would like to point out, ladies and gentlemen, Pete's tool control and the way that he cuts. Effortless.
That was almost a Woodturning comment.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So,
Yeah.
I got carried away there, Brian.
yeah,
Sorry,
got
mate.
yourself off. What do you think of that?
Yeah. Go and stand in the corner.
It's like a fruit bowl.
Peter's an excellent
Yeah.
turner, I have to say.
Deep salad bowl.
That's a good shape.
It is.
I like that.
Yeah.
Did you used to have one a bowl like that, Joe, when you used to get your hair cut? Young.
No,
I've had my hair cut in a bowl like that.
So have I.
Yeah,
No.
well,
That's what I feel it.
In fact,
They used-
I'm just looking along my shelves here to see have I got a bowl that resembles that, and I don't actually.
Andrew's in from Wyvie Woodshed. Hello, Andrew.
I might
Hi,
have to go
Andrew.
and cut one
Andrew.
of those.
Afternoon, Andrew. I think they used a
Some of
colander on
those
my hair
tricks
because it's
going
all
on
gone.
down through.
I lied. I do have one that shape.
Don't like that shape much.
don't you?
Nah.
I like
Ruby
it.
Claire says we went from $1.92. It's now what?
It went up to $1.92 and now it's back down
It's
to
back to 171.
171.
Oh,
So obviously
Oh,
they
that
That
took
must
a
be
bit
the
of tax
only
off
place that it's going down. Everywhere else is going up.
No,
yeah. Benjamin
Southern Ireland's
says
gone
that's
down.
yeah, but they reduced the tax on theirs. They took 20 cents off a litre of petrol and 15 cents off a litre of diesel, I think.
Right?
If they're going to do that in England.
Purely by reducing the tax.
No, not a chance.
What
No,
really
it's not gonna
annoys me
happen,
now
that's not
is that diesel is like 20-30p a litre, depending which garage you go to, more than petrol now.
It is, yep. And Benjamin says, I expect fuel theft will be on the rise. Already
Yeah.
happening, buddy. Already happening.
Yeah. Brian knows because he's part of a ring.
Yeah.
Well, there was a
Big oil tanker goes around at night.
Yeah.
well, you say
Big
that there
pump
was
on
one of these diesel Bowser things that you see on building sites.
Mm,
There was one of them stolen from a yard not too far from me.
good grief. When are
So
you going to give it back?
They're obviously going around and emptying people's diesel tanks
Yeah.
into a Bowser.
Very well. So then, you're
Right.
not happy with the shape then, Pete?
You've a lot of pictures.
I
of
think
you
it's
on
probably the
nice
right
profile.
canvas for what I want to do, so I'll stick with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think.
Got
I
some
think
nice
so.
bird's eye in that though, mate.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do a little bit of fill in there.
Got a big crack in it.
That's all
And
right.
Doug Miller is asking, Tipsy, where are you? Where are you, Tipsy?
He probably don't know if he's tipsy.
Tipsy's
Oh,
saying
yeah.
he pays $4.99 per gallon.
A gallon.
Got me American.
Yeah.
Christ.
That's an American
Yes.
gallon. Oh, that's
You're-
only four litres or something, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'll
well,
buy
we hear
a
Ruby's in the
pound for
chat.
4 litres.
I'll have some of
Ruby
that,
is.
thank you.
What I might do in that case is use some of the
Right,
gold
with this
dust.
end. Tipsy is Minnesota.
Yep, I'm going to use some of that gold dust that Ruby gave me.
Okay.
Well,
Here
she
we
gave it
go
to me,
now.
I nicked it.
Here we go. We're going to start reliving the past now. Brent has just said, when I started
Yeah.
driving, that's at 16, petrol was 32 cents a gallon and 36 cents for a pack of 20 cigarettes, or vice versa. So he smoked more than he drove, obviously.
Hmm.
When
What's that?
Ruby Claire came to
Ah,
use my bandsaw, I
Oh.
cleaned the bandsaw out,
Before she
And-
used it.
allowed her to use it to cut her African blackwood. And then I took all those bits of dust out of the bandsaw and put them in a dish.
Yeah. So Ruby
Today
Claire
I
is
will use them
suggesting,
to fill
Pete,
these cracks.
Pete, Ruby
Yeah.
Claire is suggesting you could bring the top a bit more, or you could bring the top in a bit more to showcase the colouring. In towards the centre of the bowl,
Yeah,
Ruby,
that
is
would
what you're
actually
talking about?
improve it. Yes, I'll do that
Yeah.
before I fill it. Thank you,
The
Ruby.
The price of fuel is horrendous currently.
The price of fuel is horrendous, but Ruby's advice is priceless.
Oh, priceless,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Pete still owes her for the dust because he didn't tell her he was leaving.
No, the invoice will be in the post, will it, Ruby?
Mark
Mark
went to
can
put
say
the
what
extraction
here
on.
as well.
Mark said, "I'll
and
put the extraction on." He said, "No, you
Mark
won't."
said,
Said, no, you won't.
He said, "No, you won't."
Have you got an overhead view, Pete?
"Yep."
You pop it on there just to see what we're doing. There we go.
So I'm just bringing the top edge in a fraction.
And Chris Dodds has just said, beer is cheaper than petrol. Drink, don't drive.
Mhm.
That's always good advice, regardless what way you look at it.
See, Americans, the lowest David's seen it in Oregon is $4.79, but that's a gallon, not
Mm.
a
Yeah,
liter.
Yeah, that's sort of
Very
around
cheap
a,
Give you
over
back in
there.
a minute.
a dollar a litre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
around
50p a litre, 60p a litre.
yeah, what about $1.15, $1.20 a litre?
Yep, I reckon that'll do.
Yep, I think that's a nice shape.
Yeah, just looking at the picture, you've got a sort of a darker top, and that will just come on that.
I like the
Flat
foot as
almost
well.
at the top.
Like the foot, Pete,
Yeah,
as well,
it needs a
compared
foot
to
there just
Brian's.
to raise it a
Yeah,
little bit.
Yep.
if Brian
It's
had
only
done that,
That's
about 3
nice.
mil.
nah, if he did on that base like that, I wouldn't have liked it at all.
I know,
No.
but that'll be all right though.
Yeah, it's a hardwood base.
It's got a nice rolled top though.
Oh.
Ooh.
Go.
There's 3.78 litres in a US gallon. There you go. That was Lewis the Klondike Craftsman. Thank you, Lewis.
Thank you, Lewis.
So you need to divide that by 3.78.
Have you got any other useless information you can share with us?
It's the only
got
thing the
plenty of
Americans have
everything
that's
says
smaller
is
than what we've
useless.
got.
See,
Oh.
this what you're doing now, Pete, would be the total amount of colouring that I would be prepared to do.
It's just
That's got a dark bit sorted out.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Lovely.
it's in my
Just-
mind that I've got these dark streaks to go across.
Just spray around that. Easy peasy.
the Yorkshire gets in.
Oh God.
That's
Stand
Oh,
by your
goodness.
beds, everybody.
I'm just
the
going to get
Yorkshire
my
gets in.
lunch. I'll be back in 2 minutes, people. I'm sure you'll be upset if I
Welcome,
leave.
Green.
but
You're going to have to sack me
sorry.
again today, but I will be using grit on the part 2 of this.
Which is next September.
Probably.
It's on a video.
Going to be a video.
Is that to avoid my singing?
Yeah. Well, no, actually, I was going to
Roger.
ask you to record it so I can put it on the video.
It's recorded.
Clive Rogerson's Clive
It is, yeah.
Rogerson's suggesting, Pete, that you put something underneath to catch the bits that are falling off the bowl.
Yeah, I probably should, shouldn't I?
It's hardly that precious. Get on with
It's
it.
not that much.
No,
It's not that much. I'll just get
Lewis.
Ruby to come back over.
Yeah.
So another
Yes,
piece
yeah,
of nice
sure.
wood, yeah.
Yeah.
Lewis is saying there are more moose in Newfoundland than there are people.
And
Yeah,
the
well,
Yorkshire
They
Cat
don't.
says,
probably true, but moose don't exist. They're imaginary.
yeah, just a flying moose, or
They're all moose.
You
They're
just-
just imaginary creatures.
you know the ones that live on the roofs. Yeah,
Imaginary
That's the
creatures
ones.
that make nests on roofs. That's why they build them so steep to keep the moose down.
A moose on the roof.
and Glenn suggests you could just take your time, Mike, go for your lunch. Don't hurry back.
Like an hour.
Oh no, my super glue lid's stuck on.
No.
Oh no, that happened to me the other day. It's terrible stuff.
It's very sticky.
It's very.
It is glue.
But you're really supposed to make sure the little applicator tube is empty before you and wipe the little funnely bit before you
Rob from Copper Housing.
screw the
Hello,
top back
Rob.
on. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
I know what it's supposed to do, Brian, but you know.
Do we really do
Yeah,
it?
no, I got a comment on my live the other day. Remember when I had the problem with the super glue too?
Can't you stick a pin in the end?
I got a lot. No, I used the pin would stick to it. This is
You know them stitch pickers that sewists use?
Yeah.
yes, sewist.
Yeah,
So
sewists.
I'm sure they're not called
Seamstresses.
sewists.
I made a batch of
Seamstress.
them once for some sewists, and I kept one. And it's great for
Sewis.
breaking super glue.
So that's a
we
new
go.
word. I'm going to add that word to the dictionary. I'll have to phone your woman from Countdown. She's a lexicographer.
They might be called seamstress.
Rachel Riley.
No, she does the numbers.
No, not Pat Robinson.
Dictionary corner.
Robinson.
What do you call? What do you call the girl who does the dictionary corner and Countdown? Come on,
Susie Dent, is it?
Susie Dent. That's her. She's the lexicographer.
Yeah, you can tell that
Benjamin's
the new word is sewist.
Benjamin's
I got
saying
super
that
glue on my finger, so don't touch the lathe.
he was watching Lyle Jameson's video, and he says he leaves the lids off all the time, and it never dries up.
Um,
I wouldn't like to try that.
Well, it doesn't actually dry. It sets with moisture. If you've got a kind of damp shed, it'll go hard. I would think.
Will
I
it
was going
though?
to say
Because
it depends what part
tiny
of
little hole.
yeah.
I find it's generally not much of a problem. It's fine.
It's not a huge problem. It's just I find the bigger problem is me sticking my fingers together. That's a bigger issue.
Yeah,
Or
well,
prick nose
I
with
always
it.
say that never use super glue on something you can't carry. If you get stuck
Yeah.
to it, you can pick it up and take it to a hot tap then.
Somebody
You
did
get-
say to me that I shouldn't put it on my fingers. I should try it on my lips. I don't know what they meant by
Then kiss your knee.
They never
Hmm.
did.
Got this new
I
that.
lipstick for you.
Kiss your knee.
Yeah,
Then kiss your knee.
I've got this new lipstick for you. It's made by Garrett.
Yeah, yeah, made by
So
Ty
what you
Tom.
What are you doing now, Pete?
That's just a bit of activator. This is
Okay.
El Cheapo Yandles Essentials.
And does that work on any super glue?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you've got
So
some
it's-
super glue and a bit of bicarb soda, that's great fun.
Yeah, it bubbles a bit, doesn't it?
That bubbles a lot, makes lots and lots of fumes, and sets into interesting shapes. It's rather
Ooh.
fun.
Chemistry
breathe in
lesson as
there.
well today.
Yeah.
Ooh. Aye, yeah, do it outside though.
Sounds more exciting than colouring.
Or use it. Oh, here we go. The international colourist has spoken.
You'll find that in a minute, Mike.
It looks like
Put my treasure
Ben's,
back in the vault.
It looks like Ben's quite happy with his new lathe.
Oh, it just
Excellent.
goes out and gives it a wee stroke every
It's
now
not
and
quite-
again. Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
It's not quite set up, but it's fond of
Well,
it.
I've got to say,
It's a 406 you got, wasn't it, Ben?
I'm very happy with this lathe. It's done everything I wanted it to do.
It's a good
Is
lathe.
that a 406?
Pete
Right.
said 406. It's not as good as the 508.
Oh,
Well, I had to say it. Nobody else was going to. It is every bit as good as a lathe. It just hasn't the same swing over the bed. That's all.
Just slightly smaller. Next
Rob from
model down.
Copper
That's
Woodturning. Yes, next model down. Rob
yeah, it
from
might
Copper
not be as big
Woodturning
as a
says.
508, but I've got a VB36, you know, Brian. Did you know?
I do. I've played on it.
Just saying.
Yeah, just saying.
And I've played on it as well, Joe. Tell me,
Yeah.
Joe, have you played on it?
Have I played on
No,
it?
Didn't let you
No,
play
I
on
just
it.
look at it and touch it.
he just walks past and gives it a wee rub every now and again.
Probably a kick, actually.
Ben's got the same lathe as Pete, but his is better.
Rob was
Same as-
suggesting that Starbond have made a new chapstick. That'll be interesting. You get one sent to Mike Walk there, will you, Rob?
Thank you.
I'm sure his bus passengers would be delighted with that.
Richard Phelan is in.
Hi,
Hello,
Richard.
Richard.
Welcome.
How are you, buddy?
You see, Richard, Brian sounded genuine then. He couldn't give a
Yeah.
hoot how you are, really. It's just nice to ask, isn't it?
I actually do care.
No,
It's
you
just my
don't.
wood supplier. He needs to be good and
Oh,
healthy.
Yeah.
I knew there had to be an ulterior motive there for you to be pleasant to anybody.
Hello, Richard. Money's in the post, he says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember the big burl piece you gave me, Richard? Well, you didn't give me.
So what have I got to do, Brian, to
I
have
have-
you talk to me nicely?
Yeah, it's never going to happen, Mike. Sorry.
No, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know what you're expecting miracles now. You would
No.
take a trip to Lourdes or something. I don't know.
Ben's asking, why did Mike get rid of his 406 or his 1628?
Because he fancied a posher lathe.
Basically, in a nutshell, I turned on it for a whole weekend at Harrogate Show, the Stratos, and I was absolutely smitten with it. But stupidly, I thought it might improve my turning, which it didn't. But it is more enjoyable.
Just
to
the
produce,
peak, yep.
yeah, it's more enjoyable to produce a rubbish turning on a I won't say a better lathe, but a different lathe.
Tell the truth, Mike.
Self-deprecating
The
as
flight
usual.
path for goblets is better off the Stratos.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a better launch window.
I was very happy with my 1628, but I was even happier with the 230 when I had it, and I'm even more happier with the XL. But it turns wood at the end of the day. It spins it round. That's the main thing.
Really don't like that shape, guys.
No.
Just at the bottom, just there where you've got the sand.
Yeah,
there.
it needs to come in a bit.
It needs to come in a bit more at the bottom.
Just
a
a
little
little
bit
bit.
off that.
Yeah.
You kind of have a
It-
round and then a flat and then a round at the top.
Yeah.
So you
You'll-
need to
you'll
round
see
the
that
bottom
you'll
in a
s-
bit more.
It's
Round the
reminiscent
bottom,
of one of Brian's goblet bases, and it needs to come in a bit with a bit more finesse, Pete.
Yeah, just near.
Yeah,
You'll
but I'm
still
trying to
see the
imagine that
picture,
as the
You still see the picture.
base,
Mm.
that silhouette base.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
the
they-
black bit at the bottom.
Yeah,
But that if it came in a bit, you wouldn't lose that, Pete, would you? Because it's about a fifth of the total picture, isn't it?
It is.
So
yeah.
you'd have it where
it'd still be
you're.
there, wouldn't it?
It's
Where
still
you
really-
turn, you still have it there.
You don't need to take very much off it, just a little bit. Just take it looks like there's almost a little
A
hump.
bump.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
just an opinion
just
of an international colorist. You don't take any
just
notice of it at all.
blend it in a little bit towards the base. It'll be better, I think. Listen to me.
We can't
giving
make it a
advice,
normal
eh?
shape bow, really. and
Listen to
it'll
me
work.
giving advice, eh? Oh dear.
Listening to
You'll get a
that,
shadow.
Brian, It's like living in a parallel universe.
It is, absolutely.
Turning a tractor for a minute.
Benjamin says, I'll be adding the fact I now have a 406 to my online dating profile. I think it's going
Yes,
to
that'll
improve the
score you.
responses I'm getting.
Score you absolutely no responses whatsoever.
Oh dear, don't forget to say it's an Axmaster 406.
Yeah.
They may think it's a carpet.
And it only cost $12.99.
Don't take too much of it.
That's better.
Of course, what they might think, Ben, is they might think you spent
Overhead
money on a
again.
lathe instead of what you would spend on your date. A little bit more.
Just a little
bit more.
fraction more. A little
Yeah.
fraction. Not too much.
Sweep it around. That's it.
That's it. Just from there up.
And the Yorkshire Gate says the end of the world is nigh, Brian.
There you go. Just about there. That's it.
Keep going.
No, you don't want to
That's
get up
good.
any further. There you
No,
go.
Yeah,
that's
I
it.
reckon.
That's good. That's
I
good.
think that's it now.
You've cracked
The end of
it.
the world is nigh, Brian. Why? What have I done now? When?
Checking a mechanical in.
Oh, sure. That's he's well named. The Yorkshire Grumpy Get, it should be called. I'm going to show that. Chris Dodge's comment was just blocked by YouTube. His comment is, "You will have the girls coming around to stroke it, Ben." That was blocked by YouTube. Oh, giving turning instructions. Oh, I'm giving turning instructions. The end of the world is nigh. Oh, okay. Thanks, Glenn. Cheers, mate.
Steve
Appreciate that.
Cassidy is in.
Yeah, better.
Hi, Steve. Welcome.
Good evening, Steve. Take a glue stick from a hot metal gun, hold one end of the rim, hold the other end of the base, and look through. If you can see a gap between the stick and the wood, you have a sudden change of direction. If the glue stick follows the curve, the odds are you have a pleasing stick. Ah.
Jennifer's Crafting Creations just joined. Hello, Jen.
Hi,
Good
Jennifer.
afternoon, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
That was a joke. Yeah, I know it was a joke, Glenn. You're all right. No stress, my lad. You think my name is Mark?
Has anybody welcomed Copper Owl? I'm sure they have.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
ages
they
ago.
have.
We,
Hi, Rob.
oh, that's he came in when you went for your lunch. Of course.
Right. Okay.
And just like to tell you, Jennifer, I've got a big bottle of Baileys.
You have not.
I have,
12-litre one.
however,
12-litre one.
it's disappearing gradually, and I've not had any yet.
Oh, don't
They
tell me the
Could that
evaporate.
Glen.
You
be?
leave the lid off.
Don't tell me the Glen monster's at it, is he?
You'll be evaporating. You could have left the lid off.
I've not even undone it.
Don't even think about taking the lid off and not finishing the bottle.
Leaky
Oh.
glass.
It goes off, you know.
No, it doesn't. Never has a chance to go off.
Michael's got to
What?
go off. He's got to go and play in his tool store for 8 hours.
And actually get paid for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See you,
That's
done.
Michael.
Have a good day, Michael. Sell lots. Benjamin says, Steve, I do the same thing with a very thin steel rule. Glue is more flexible, though. Good idea. That's a good idea, actually.
Sorry about all this standing, folks, but it's got to be done.
Oh, it's got to be done.
It's okay.
We don't
Paint a
mind.
picture, you have to prepare
We'll
the
let you
canvas.
off. It is
3 elements to
Jennifer.
sanding a foot. You've got to keep them all separate. So I've just
I'd
done
find
the
the
side
sun-
of the foot with a bit of 180.
Oh, I've run out of tea.
So- The sanding is definitely more interesting than the colouring is going to be, that's for sure.
That's all right then.
On a personal note, of course.
We have 35 people watching. And only 17 thumbs up. Let's have those thumbs up. Guys, let's pop in a thumbs up. Show people are enjoying this.
Steve
That's
says
if you are
credit.
enjoying it.
Sorry, Brian, carry on.
No, go ahead.
Well, I
Steve
haven't given
Cassidy
it a
says
thumbs up
credit
yet.
where it
I don't know if it's any good yet.
credit where it's due. I think it was Phil Greenwood who suggested it at a demo at our club.
Oh.
Now Phil Greenwood is not that far away from us. Are you in the Yorkshire area, Steve? Yes, Jennifer, it is Glyn drinking it. It disappears into the kitchen.
He
and
does
then
not.
He does. And a few minutes later, he comes back in licking his lips.
Yeah. Healthier smear of cream on his lips.
Ah.
Well, I can tell you, Lisa's actually finished her bottle of Baileys at last, Joe.
Oh, wow. How long has it taken us to do that?
I bought it at Christmas.
You should get us a
Just
question
as
for
well,
you,
'cause your
then.
birthday's coming up.
Ah.
I think the
Question-
Yorkshire Grit is.
Question for you, Mike.
Yeah,
Your
I
cla-
just
your glasses
read it.
on.
Good question, Mike. Do you ever get to the sanding stage intact? Not very often, Glyn. But the only benefit of that is I don't have to use Yorkshire grit.
Oof.
Ooh. I've seen Mike turn lots of goblets. He usually gets the inside of the goblet sanded.
Well, yeah, it's only because he does it before he starts cutting.
Yeah, I do that just because I know it's gonna depart.
It's usually the stem that causes the issue.
I don't know. You see, I don't know. It's really quite annoying actually because I haven't, considering the hundreds of goblets I've actually turned, there's a very small percentage have gone flying. Really,
This is true, but the
Yeah.
small percentage were done in a highly public environment. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a matter of how many come off, it's where they come off.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly,
I agree.
and how many
it's
people
not-
are watching.
It's normally about the middle, Pete.
Steve Cassidy said, Steve Cassidy saying he's pretending to be working, and he really shouldn't be commenting on these videos, even if he is
Carry
lurking in
on.
the background.
I shouldn't
Hello.
either because I'm at
We'll
work
pretend
as
it's
well.
work.
This is dangerous. He's driving the bus.
Yeah. I'm letting everybody on for nothing.
No.
It's all right.
No, he's not, guys. No, he's not. Oh,
Yes,
by
I
the
am.
way, Ruby Claire says, Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Thank
Indeed.
you, Ruby.
It
Indeed.
is.
Ruby, that means the world to me, being a Welshman.
Did you know
His
that?
sales just shot through the roof.
Did you know that St. Patrick is allegedly buried not 8 miles from my house
Really?
in Downpatrick
Stephen's in
Cathedral?
Woodturning. Hello, Stephen. Yeah, well,
It's showing
you're
on
gonna
your screens,
find
but
him
I've
here.
got a little inclusion here, which I am going to
Right.
completely ignore and worry about that
Yeah.
later.
Okay.
Oh, love
Afternoon,
that.
Stephen.
Benjamin says Mike mixes his sanding sealer like the ratio of his successful turns, 60-40.
You're being very kind, Ben.
Yeah. More like 50-50, Ben, but we won't say anything about that.
Oh, Ben, can you come in here when Mike's next live? Because that was brilliant.
Tipsy Turner says, I'm lucky. I'm working, sounds up loud, and I'm commenting away. Good man.
Good for you, Tipsy.
You work for yourself, Tipsy, do you?
Right.
And here's the really good news. I'm not working. I'm just sitting here.
Causing trouble.
Really good
Having
news.
a-
I'm a
having a-
pensioner.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so am I. It's nice.
I screwed up. I missed a split.
I think Jennifer's
Oh,
just
well,
realised
I
that
won't
Ruby's in.
Doesn't matter.
Or she just said good afternoon, Ruby.
Glenn's give himself
shouldn't
another
say-
day
Oh,
off.
I
Well,
was
that's
going to
news
say
to me,
another
love.
day off as well, Terry.
Yeah.
It's not quite by himself, but it is a company of 7 employees. Said Tipsy Turner. And Stephen the Wood Dude is in. Oh, now you're under pressure.
Hi, Steve.
Did say that.
Welcome.
Hi,
earlier,
Steve.
Yeah,
Colin.
Terry's
You were
already said
yapping
that.
too much.
Oh, did you? Sorry.
Yeah,
You
just
didn't. You
yapping.
didn't make any
Yeah.
comment because Stephen is very, very good with the old colouring and stuff.
I can pass the buck to him now.
No, you're not passing the buck. You're here as the artistic director. No buck passing here.
Okay.
I've done my bit getting the shape correct. So over to you, Terry.
Terry, you're on.
That looks nice. I like that.
There you go. Tipsy Turner says the cricket farm. They raise crickets for food for your pet lizards, etc. Also, we
Alright.
process them for human food. Surprisingly tasty.
Oh,
Very
no.
Take
good.
your word for that currently, Tipsy.
I have actually eaten chocolate-covered crickets.
Mm.
Hmm.
And?
Well,
Yeah,
as a
that
motorcyclist,
tastes
I've
like
eaten all sorts
chocolate.
of bugs.
Yeah, as a motorcyclist, yeah. Unintentionally, though, Pete.
No, I don't think I'll
Hard
eat
to
no
identify
cricket.
which one's at speed, but you know.
That's an interesting fact, that. And these insects are supposed to be going to be the way forward for feeding the human race if it keeps growing the way it is.
But
Full of protein, mate.
Apparently so.
you can eat ducks at 6 weeks old.
Eat
Ducks
what?
eat bugs.
Ducks.
So you get the
Ducks.
ducks. Let the ducks eat the bugs, and then eat the ducks. Win-win.
Good point.
I'm not so sure I like duck all that much. Nice enough, though.
Gives me
It's all right.
paints. I'm going to be
I don't-
using intrinsic
Oh,
colours.
look at this little tray for his
Ooh.
paints and everything. How
Actually,
posh is that?
partially.
Ah, I need one of those.
Well, I've got something falling into the shaving somehow, haven't I?
That's true, yeah.
And as I'm using intrinsic colours, there's no sealer going on this because this is stain, not paint.
Correct.
So what colour are you starting with, Pete?
Right, I am going to start with earth on the bottom of the foot there.
Oh, not black. We're going with earth, though.
Going to go with earth on the bottom of that foot. So, Terry, which is the darkest red?
Ruby.
Flame or ruby?
No,
Ruby.
Ruby's the darkest. But it won't be this. Flame will be the colour of the red. Ruby will be a slightly purpler colour. Purple colour. I remember.
Yeah, it is much darker than flame.
Yeah, but it's not red then, is it? It's purpley colour.
I was thinking about using plum instead of black for the cloud bits.
Yeah, you can do because it's going to be yeah, right. The dark bits. You're going to have some black in it.
Yeah. I might just overspray that with a little bit of something. I don't know.
But
I'll leave that
Rogers
to you,
should-
Terry, because you're the expert.
You want the base black. I would spray it with earth and then spray it with black, or vice versa. Black first, then overspray it with.
Well, the logic of using earth on the base is it gives me a distinction line and a bit of practice before I actually do anything else.
Good lad.
Okay.
And if it doesn't really work, you can go with black after that.
Yeah.
Clive Rogerson says cricket fed duck. He says you can see that catcher on it in Asda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
not
reckon.
in this country probably.
Stephen is saying
Wood.
no black, use
No.
plum with earth.
There you go.
There you go. I told you Stephen was taking
I
over
knew
from you.
I knew Stephen would say that. Because he said that in one of my lives earlier. He says you should have used earth on the bottom rather than black. And it works a treat. Because I did it again and tried it.
It's why you need an airline to get the dust out of there. Damn, I don't have one.
Use your airbrush. Just don't pull the thing trigger backwards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just push down on it.
Just push straight down or push it forward even and use the air. And don't spray any paint.
Right,
Andrew's
wish me luck.
suggesting burnt Irish
Yeah,
Oh,
good
yeah.
luck, Pete.
You're going to spin it
Roy's
really
the
slowly
boys,
rather
yeah.
than do that? If you spin it really slowly.
Roy the boy has joined us.
So-
Hi, Roy.
Afternoon,
Hi,
Roy.
Roy. Welcome.
Suddenly all went very quiet.
Yeah, well, we're all watching intently.
I'm still going back to this comment about the cricket farm. I can't believe I know somebody who is running a cricket farm. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
I never knew that we had cricket farms. We in not England, but in the world.
So, so Ben asked about did he need sound protection? He says no. Lots of chirping, yes, but it's not really loud. The furnace, I'm not going to ask what the furnace is for, and the huge humidifier is actually louder. Sounds a bit like my extracting system.
Hello, wonderful Lisa wife.
Oh,
Thank you,
Ah,
darling.
good to see that.
Oh, look at that.
Cup of tea's arrived.
yeah, look at that. Right on schedule. Quarter to. The Yorkshire gets me a funny. He says, oh, she's just like watching paint dry.
Oh.
Right, the boy says, I'm sorry
Yeah,
I'm late.
it certainly is.
Just finished an oak fruit bowl. Oak fruit bowl. What do you use for a finish, Roy? And Clive says, 2 sugars in mine, please, Lisa. 2 sugars in
Right.
coffee. Yeah.
So black over earth. I'm going to start in close and just try and catch that edge. And bring it out.
Fade out, fade out.
Stop that. Turn it by hand.
He didn't say black over earth. He said
That's fine. Good enough.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that
oh,
looks
oh,
good.
oh, oh. He said plum over earth, not
No,
black.
don't worry. Fine.
Oh, plum here. The silhouette bit.
Yep.
Well, yeah, you can use
Plum
black.
over earth would have been better because black would just hide the earth colour. This is the little hillocks and stuff getting it, and the trees.
And a little happy cloud.
Yes. In your world.
In your
Yeah,
world,
there's the
yeah.
trees
And
and
you're
what have you,
right.
isn't there?
Yeah, there is, aye.
There are no rules.
Oh, Roy says he's only got Hampshire Sheen High Gloss Brine. That's excellent, good finish. Food safe as well. It's a good hardware finish. I would
So what I'm
sometimes
aiming at
use.
here is a broken landscape.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't go too high because you got your skies.
Yeah, that's going to be most of the
Recorded.
picture.
I would sometimes. I was talking to Roy here, so I would sometimes use the high
When I
gloss.
go on that view, I'm not there yet.
All right, mate. I would sometimes give the high gloss another coat of microcrystalline, just to make it a bit more fingerprint resistant. That was a comment for Roy.
Okay.
The wood dude says, I'm waiting for Bob Ross to turn up.
Oh, Bob Ross is gone.
He's gone.
He's
mate.
away. Yeah, he has departed us, hasn't he?
He's departed to the happy clouds in the sky.
Roy said
Yeah.
he'll send me a picture and messenger. You do that, right? I have a look. That'd be nice.
I don't know whether his son's taking over.
Yeah, but he's not like good compared to Bob. So.
Oh, Bob Ross was an icon, wasn't
The
he?
man.
I have to say, guys, that I have never, before I met some of you guys, I had never heard of Bob Ross. I've
Mm.
never seen any of his work at all.
He
Really?
probably never heard of you though.
Yeah, that's probably right.
So up until COVID kicked in, I'd coloured almost as many pieces as Mike has.
What about 2?
Yeah, almost as many as that.
Yeah.
Colour is not something I've ever thought about using, really.
Doug
But-
Miller suggests. Doug Miller suggests if Bob Ross turns up, I'm getting off YouTube.
Yeah.
And the wood dude said he had great hair.
He did.
He did.
Yeah. Bubble cut extraordinaire, wasn't it?
No idea. Never seen the guy.
It's just when we finish this lesson in colouring today, just type in Bob Ross into YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, it will appear dated, but I'll tell you, he's brilliant. I mean, very, very talented man as well.
Maybe you should watch it and learn something then, eh?
Yeah.
Used to do
Well,
half-hour
I've never been a good
programmes.
artist.
No, you're not wrong there, Pete.
You don't have to tell us that, Pete. We can see that.
Yeah,
Oh, you rotten devils.
I'll tell you what, it's
What does
looking
he want?
good. It's looking good.
I was banned from art classes at school.
Why?
No, that was.
Now,
don't-
Pete,
This is
funny
public.
you should
public.
say that, Pete.
You shouldn't mention things like that. Kids might be watching, Pete. The reason you were banned from art classes.
Yeah, there was an incident I was banned.
That's a nice looking bow, Roy.
It is,
I have
yeah.
to say, he's just no,
Oh.
not this one. Roy has just sent me pictures of his bow.
This
It's
is
a really
a
nice looking bow.
Not this one.
Cheers, Brian.
Yeah.
Well, this one's not finished yet. We'll do the comment on this when it's finished.
Friends like him. Who needs enemies, Pete? Hey,
It's a lovely shape, though.
only because you had a hand in it.
Actually, I'm really impressed with this timber. It's lime is normally really boring. It's
and
not
there's lots
bad.
of figure, and there's lots of figure in this bit, and you're painting.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Shane Hurst says he's happy. There's trees everywhere. Yay!
I'll tell you what. Every time I see somebody using an airbrush, I think I've got to get mine out. But I never do.
It's
Because it
still
is
got
fun.
cellophane on it, Mike.
No. It's getting the
Oh, yeah.
3 mil of dust off it.
I've
Just
just had
away.
another. I've just had another photograph sent to me. Joe has sent me a photograph of Bob Ross. I get the hair reference now.
Yeah.
He
Well,
has
this
a head of
airbrush
hair
was
like
actually
mine
a
would
present
grow.
for my wife. I bought it for her Christmas a few years back.
Pete, can I
Right.
just say something, mate? Your the picture's swimming for some
Oh, so
reason.
it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah.
You know why?
what?
Camera.
It's
Why?
not pressure vibrating the bloody post.
That's better.
That's it.
Have you got your
Stay
air?
there.
Got your air filter on?
How did you ever get banned from art classes, Stephen?
Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen the Wood dude.
All right.
He said he was banned from art classes as well.
All right.
So was I.
I was kicked out of art.
There's too many materials to play with.
But
You
that
can get
had
into all sorts of trouble in art.
that had something to do with the pug mill. Which is
Right, so
the,
I've gone yellow over the whole lot, for all the exposed bits, which I now
Cool.
cover up.
Yeah, you'll have that under painting anyway.
does anybody know what a pug mill is?
No.
Pepper
what?
mill.
The pug mill.
No.
Hug mill.
It's the thing they use for reconstituting the clay.
All right.
It's like it squeezes it and squashes all the air out of it.
Mm.
Yeah. There may have
Makes
been an
good
incident.
farting noises.
There may have been an incident involving the pug mill that got me
Alright.
thrown out of art.
Oh, dear.
Do we want to know the details? I
Lunches.
don't think so.
I'll just say contents of lunch boxes.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Ryan.
Oops.
Oops.
Yeah. Oops.
Right, Terry, what do I do next?
You now want to put it next.
take it,
You wanna-
take it off and engrave it.
Sorry, Terry.
You want to put in your clouds now.
Clouds next. So
Clue.
Gauge your line of the your reds. How high you want the clouds from your base, and spray
Just-
them in. Don't forget you're going around now, so you got to make that wrap around. So some of the cloud will be thick and some will be very light.
Yeah.
Ruby
will
Clear
you
said
go
yeah.
with plum for the clouds?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, well you can
Yeah.
because you can always darken
Let's
a piece
ask,
of it then.
let's ask Stephen. What does Stephen think?
You-
Steve just said I put someone's head in a pot of molten wax. So no more art classes for me. That's far worse than me, Steve. That's
I would have thought you'd been banned from school for
Yeah,
that.
you've got me
Just
beaten on that one.
Yeah.
Dear me.
And Ruby Clear says if you were banned, you weren't taught properly.
Mm.
right. First of all, you
Aggressive.
want your thin cloud, the one next to the brightest yellow, and that should be around the other side of the bowl, shouldn't it? Just slightly.
Just
There.
about
Yeah,
there,
around there
yes.
somewhere. Yep,
In between them two mountains.
that's the one.
Yeah. Very thin line because you're going to run out of space at the top of it. Don't join it. Don't join the trees up, mind. So have it above the tree.
Still coming yellow at the moment. Hang on.
Turn it, and when you turn the cloud up slightly, because you're looking at drawing the clouds parallel and goes up slightly. Just enough to,
Oh, look at that.
and down the other side, and then straight, and then to your right, go down straight. Keep it level with the bowl, then going straight across, straight there. And that joins up with the big thick one then.
I never noticed that comment there from Stephen. He says, "Wait, what? Mike has an airbrush. It's time to leave planet Earth." Oh dear.
I would just
Well,
rub that with your
Roxanne.
finger slightly now.
Blend it a wee bit. Yeah, just
Blend it a bit.
Rose the Boys is asking what wood is it, Pete? Do you
It's
want me to answer
lime.
it? Lime.
lime.
Now, if you could come around, that's it. Come around there. Now,
That's
you,
actually quite
look,
good.
now
that.
you've got to. It twists around and back on itself with the red in the middle, where your sun is. You want to gauge that line now. Or you can put the big black one on the right hand side. That cloud you can join to it. Leave a gap for your red.
Clive Rogers says, "Terry, you need a remote control arm."
I do.
Yeah.
I bet you're pointing at the screen, Terry, aren't you?
No.
Yes, you are. I bet you are.
No.
Whoops.
That's what I do when I'm trying to give somebody instructions. I point at the screen, think, "Oh, hey,
Yeah.
my finger." Ah.
Actually, what Pete's done, he actually bought Bob Ross's right arm at auction. So it's actually not Pete's arm here.
Bargain.
So the wood
Yeah.
dude says, "I think Pete should use some 80 grit." Not only joking.
Mm.
Put the reds and oranges on first, and then build up the dark clouds of bleak trees with darker tones.
Yeah, I think you're right. I'm going that way. Done like this. I think I won't be using 80 grit, Steve. I think I'll be using the bowl gouge.
Bow gauge.
Yeah.
I would
Just
get
take-
I would get the shapes in. I would actually not have it jet black, but get your shapes in. Then go over it with red. Then you know where you've got to go because it will shine through the red. Just put your shape in where it's going. A light darker color. If you know what I mean.
So
Not too
Chris
heavy.
Dodd, Chris Dodd wants to know did Stephen become a hair removalist in later life after the wax incident?
Yeah.
He may be a bit coarse. He just dipped people in a big vat of wax and ripped them back
Probably,
out
yeah.
again.
The mind boggles.
Bikini lines for Stephen.
Ben says, "I think a little UFO flying saucer in the distance would really finish this off nicely."
Yeah.
Just enough so it'll come through the dark red. What colour's that we got on there now?
I think Terry needs to do a little
This
art
is burnt orange at the
demonstration.
moment.
I think. What do you think in the chat, guys? Should Terry do us a little artistic painting demonstration
Yes.
Woodturning channel.
on a wood turning channel? Why not?
Yeah, we can-
We're all getting a little bit more arty with our wood turnings.
Excuse me.
So it would, well, apart from
from
Mike,
Mike.
of course, apart from
Yeah.
Mike,
Thank you.
it would be a good idea to learn how the different techniques of applying colour and stuff.
Paint along with Terry.
Painting with Terry on Tuesdays. No, painting with Terry on.
Mondays.
I can't call it painting with
The-
Terry. It
the-
doesn't rhyme with anything.
Yeah, there's not a day that starts with P, Brian.
Well, hold
Paint
on. I
along
was
with
thinking about that for a minute.
Paint along with
Jeez.
Terry.
Painting Friday. You are turning Wednesday.
I'll have to think about this now for a minute.
I'll tell you what, Pete, irrespective of what you actually do end up with, it's looking damn good at the moment.
Stephen says the trees
He's
are in
getting there, isn't
silhouette. He says the trees are in silhouette, so best put them on afterwards. You need to watch more Bob Ross.
Yeah, I'm thinking the trees will sort of go on with a paintbrush later on.
Yeah,
Right.
the
Yeah.
actual twigs and things. Yeah, yeah.
Tipsy Turner says, "Ooh, can I learn how to turn wood first?"
You spin the lathe now, Pete, and hold the brush back a bit and go up to the top of the bowl.
Yeah, I'm going to go to a darker red first, then.
Yeah, and
You go to flame.
yeah, that's it. And just leave that and just spin it and cover that piece and then gradually bring it down
Ah.
over.
So Ben has said he's not so sure, Brian. He's not an approved tutor in painting. There is a chance he may not be very good. Now, he's been doing it
this?
since he was 16. So,
That doesn't mean to say he's been doing it well.
oh, I think he is actually. I think he's a pretty good artiste.
I know he is.
He's a
Am I
pretty
gonna
good
be
paint
painting
slinger. I have
Towards
to
the
Yeah.
say.
tailstock or towards the headstock?
Yeah, bring it towards the tailstock, but just come down sort of an inch for a minute. Let's have a look. Don't go too close. You don't want thick. Pretty gun on full, but pull it back a bit. That's it. We just want to get a general colour at the first inch of red.
Lewis is skiving too today. He says, I think it's cool. Work interrupted, watching alive. Back to work, Lewis. What do you think you're doing? And Terry Bartlett says, Fridays are taken, Mike, Poets Day. And
Poetry
Wood
with
Turning
Terry
by
on
Barry
Friday,
is in. Hi, Barry. Welcome along,
Barry.
buddy.
Welcome, mate.
Afternoon, Barry.
This is looking quite spectacular.
It is looking superb. Absolutely nothing
The
like the
colours
picture,
will
but it's
Top a
fabulous.
huge lot when we get
Well, I
some
think that needs a
sanding
bit more
or something.
detail work, but I'm quite pleased with
You-
where those colours are coming through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent. It's really
Where
good.
you've got your sun now, where's the sun? Where on the picture? You're gonna have the bright
Around here.
sun light.
But,
Just over the mountains.
No, where's a thin bit of cloud? Turn around a bit more. Turn around.
Other way, other way.
Keep
Okay.
going, keep going.
Whoa,
There,
whoa,
stop,
whoa,
stop,
go
stop,
back.
stop. Back a wee bit, back a wee
That's
bit.
it.
There, we want our sun just under there. You ain't got a little round sticker, have you?
no.
Oh, so I know what you were going to do, Terry. You were going to put a sticker on and leave the yellow
Mask.
bit. Yeah,
Mm.
leave the bright
Or
bit.
some wax. Put some
Yeah.
wax on it. And scrape the wax off.
That's a bit of
Never
detail,
mind.
which I think
Hey, Axel.
what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go for, I think a bit
Our-
of plum. Just put
Yeah,
a few
now I
more
would
cloudy bits
I
in
would-
around the edge.
go over those dark clouds where you've got it white around the outside of it, lighter on the outside because the orange is not in it. Because don't forget, it's all orange with a very thin white line.
Yeah.
You see, so you
Oh,
want to
yeah, I
sort of
see that now.
go
Aye.
over the top of that.
Oh,
It looks as though they're stuck on. You want to go over the top of them, all of them, even with the
So what
red.
I'm going to do is
because that wants to be all one color, but different shades.
Ben says, what about cutting out some bird shapes into a bit of paper as a stencil?
No, the birds are in bed now.
There's no birds in them. They're all roosting.
Don't forget, this is Wayne's inspiration, so it's from Scotland, and all the birds are frozen solid.
They're all nesting or clinging to a branch, freezing to death.
And it's difficult to get a scene on a round object from a flat picture.
Of course,
Yeah.
Really is.
you just have to. You're just trying to get the impression of it, really, aren't you?
Just an impression.
What you could do, of course, is heat up your screen and bend your screen into a circle, and then then you'd be able to see it.
That is exactly the sort of advice that you're here to give, Mike.
Yeah,
Thanks for that.
exactly. Yeah, it's all right. Years
It's
of
the other way of
experience.
doing it. Mike,
all
is
the,
paint
all
the
the
picture.
sensible advice has come from Mike again, I see.
Paint the picture on a flat piece of wood and then bend into a bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, heat it up and bend it. That's a good idea. Yeah.
The steaming process might go badly.
I'll tell you what, irrespective of anything, it is very, very striking, even at the moment.
Well, I don't think that's too bad, really.
No, it's not.
No.
It's got a lot
I'll
more
go with
work
that.
to get its detail, but
Paint
let that
some
dry a bit
trees
now.
on.
Whilst it's drying, you can either watch paint dry, or I can show you how I made the blank. What's the
Show
chat
us how
about?
we made the blank. Go on, then.
Yeah.
Show us how you made the blank.
Yeah.
There you go.
So this
Got
is
some bandsaw in it, so this is just for Mark.
yeah, Mark, indeed.
He's not in today, is he?
So this is a little video that Pete made earlier, guys.
He's had his arm fixed since.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been sewn back on. But it's Bob Ross's arm, I told you. That's why
Yeah,
I had
that's
the
right.
operation. Yeah.
Terry Bartlett is using his memory skills. He says, Mike's good at painting screens. Just
Yeah.
ask Ed Oliver.
This
Yeah,
is very
you're
true,
right
of
there.
course.
Yeah.
Right.
Screens.
Yeah,
As,
Ed Oliver's lovely backdrop.
as an aside, I actually made a half decent bowl out of that abortion that was
What?
turned that day.
You did.
Yeah.
What size of blade have you got on that bandsaw? Pete?
That's a 19mm, 3 to 4 foot, 4 tooth skip tooth.
Right. Okay.
It's a very narrow one. That one. It's only about 1/2 mil wide.
Gee, it was.
Where'd you get your blades from, Pete? Out of interest?
That one was Tough Saws. That one.
Yeah, they're good. I
Saws.
always
That's
recommend
what
Tough Saws.
That's where I buy mine from too.
The blades are rubbish, but they're Welsh, you see. So
Oh,
Well,
see,
yeah.
that's fair enough, then.
What's that?
It's a bit like everything that comes out of Wales, then, eh? Oh, no,
Yeah.
sorry.
thank you. No.
This is the cut I did for Mark.
Yeah.
Watch my son throw out the way of the blade in a minute.
I'm glad to hear that.
Well, we just see your hand come forward and no thumb over.
You get a nice crimson sky on the front now.
Yeah. You're not need to add red.
Oh,
There you
God
go,
help
just
us.
slice it around.
Oh, your thumb's in front of the blade now. That's okay.
Yeah, see that?
Good push stick. Good push stick. Nice bandsaw, feet.
It's a lovely bandsaw, that one.
That's the bigger brother to mine, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they don't make it anymore. It's BS 500.
Yeah. They stopped
They
at the 400.
Stopped doing. But, yeah, it's just a lovely bandsaw. I bought that when I first started, and it was in the box and just about discontinued. So I said, I'll have that.
That has the same guide on that bandsaw as I have on mine, and I don't like them. Just kind of metal disc thing rather than a
No,
bearing.
those are bearings on there, the roller bearings.
That's a bearing, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the locking nuts you see there, but it's roller bearings on the inside.
I have the same locking mechanism on mine, but the end of it's just a metal plate rather than a bearing.
Yeah, that's what I got on my bandsaw. That was the old
Yeah.
way of doing it. They've
Yeah.
progressed now
Yeah.
into roller bearings.
Well, actually, what you've got is, well, on mine, where you've got the two bearings or the two discs which have bearings in them that you see there.
I do, aye.
The backstop is a similar situation on mine. So you've got another disc at the back, if you like, as a backstop.
Well, on mine, the backstop is a roller bearing,
All right.
but the two side ones are just metal plates, but they
Right.
do rotate.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they rotate. Not very efficiently, I may add.
No.
Benjamin says I have the same bandsaw as you, the BS3. Mine's the BS350, I think.
Mhm.
I bought the replacement guides from Axminster. Oh. Did you have to did you have to modify them any, Ben? Paint's dry, is it? Paint's dry. Did you have the
Paint's
heater up,
dry.
the hot air gun on it while we were?
I had the hot air gun going whilst we were
There
watching
you
that.
go, see?
That's looking really impressive.
This
Vince.
needs a lot more work yet, but it's as far as I'm going to go on this live.
Ah, you're not.
Okay,
God,
mate.
What I will do, just so you get an idea of what it's going to look like, is I'm going to spray a bit of mess on it.
Will that not make it go funny?
No. You'll highlight it when it mess the wrap right then.
As long as I don't touch it, it'll be fine. So that's the sort of effect it'll come up with. I think I need to bring the orange down a bit further, and there's a lot of fiddling to be done yet.
Finessing,
But
as Brian would say.
Yes, Ben says yes, Brian. There are some irreversible modifications. Oh no, you have to cut bits off your saw.
Oh no.
I'll have a chat with you later about that, Ben. I think
cutting bits off a saw is good as long as you put the right bits back on.
Back
Yes,
on, yeah. Or a better piece.
don't do a mark. Cut the end off your bandsaw or your chainsaw blade.
Oh,
Thank you everyone for coming in and watching me playing with an airbrush. I can find my mouse.
You hear my dogs barking?
Yeah, we can.
That's their mothers. Their mothers has just arrived at the front door.
Oh wow.
I'll close the door.
They're not excited then.
No, just so you'd notice. That was excellent, Pete. I enjoyed that.
yeah, me
I have
too.
to say.
Good
I learned
first
a whole
attempt,
lot
mate.
there.
You got a bit
Yeah,
of
very
paper.
good.
Well, I mean, it's been a long time I've been looking at Wayne's sunset pictures and thinking I've got to do something along those lines. And I've done sort of blotchy bowls where you go from a dark to a light colour at the top. And I've done it the other way around as well. But not mixed them up like this.
Yep.
I'm not attempted to sort of striate it a bit, which is what I'm trying to get to here.
You've been messed about with Walt.
Sorry.
Part 2 will probably be in about a year when I finish this. And as I said, it'll be a 3-inch bowl by then.
It was.
But thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I don't know who's on tonight. Who's on tonight?
Thursday night. Scott.
Scott's sometimes
Scott,
on. I don't know if he's on
the
tonight or
Beard
not.
16 sometimes on the Thursday.
Yeah.
It'll be on the
I
YouTube.
don't know if anybody's on. But if you're
Wayne
subscribed,
tomorrow
you'll get them.
lunchtime, Steve tomorrow evening.
Correct.
And one of these days, Mike will actually have a day off from work, so we can actually do a live with Mike.
Yeah, well, one of these days.
One of these days.
Hopefully, yeah.
Mind you, he does have several years worth of absences to make up for, hasn't he?
Sure, but sure, if he never appears again, it'll be fine too. It'll be all right.
Yeah, there won't be too.
There
Won't be too many sobbing faces, will
What
there?
has he
if I
put
don't
on there?
turn up?
International colorist and flying
Flying
goblet.
goblet.
Goblets.
Meister.
Meister.
Yeah, well, I've just coloured it. I've
Beautifully
just coloured
coloured
it.
as well.
This is proper
Beautifully
colours.
As
You know
you'd
what?
expect from an international colourist.
How are you doing that, Mike? Is that on what?
Oh, this on Photoshop. On Photoshop.
Photoshop. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't got
Press 3
Photoshop.
buttons.
Can't
Just
afford
be
it.
different colours.
No, it's the very basic one. As you can
Mike
see.
didn't pay for it.
Brian Watkins says, very nice, Pete. He's looking forward to part 2. So are we. We're looking forward to see the
Yeah.
rest of this on a
Yeah.
live show.
It
Next
won't be on
Thursday.
live
Lovely.
because I can't do any more lives now until September.
Yes, you can. The Yorkshire gets
23.
it's a brave live and you pulled it off, mate. Well done.
Yeah, I should say.
Thank you. It was quite stressful from this end.
And the wood dude is
Aw.
the wood dude is showing off. He says, "Nice one, Pete. I'm off to finish an underwater painting on a pot."
Okay.
We look forward to seeing that, Steve.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed. It's time you
Underwater
had a
painting.
channel, Steve, young Stephen. Time you had a channel. And don't tell us you haven't got cameras, or I'll send you one.
Well, thanks for all for coming in. That's a lot for today, and
Great demo, Pete.
see you next time.
Thank you, Pete.
Cheers.
Thanks everybody for
everyone.
coming in.
Bye.
Cheers all.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.